Okay. Okay. Can we please do the Lando baby one?
Yeah, we can do whatever you want.
We can do both of them.
We can do both.
We can do all. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to read your quote? You going to start us off?
I don't know. Here's the thing. We don't, like, have the thing to start off with yet. You know?
No, we don't.
People don't know who we are. We don't even know who we are. I got really deep really fast.
Okay, hey guys. Hey guys. Who are we? What is this? I think we should just start with that, and then we can go into, like, the reading of the gospel.
The weekly reading of the gospel.
Yeah.
Which you get a 2-for-1 this week in the reading of the gospel.
We do have a 2-for-1. My name's Mattie, and I'm from the West Coast, and this is our podcast.
That was beautiful. You don't want to tell us who your driver is? You don't want to tell us who you rep? Do you want to give any of that information away? Or?
Yeah. Charles and Lewis. Okay, so I just Ferrari.
Yeah, now it's just Ferrari. They're not on separate teams anymore.
They're
just Ferrari.
They're not separate anymore. They're together. As you can see, I have like my Lewis Mercedes Aero right there.
What are you gonna do with that hat now? Rep Kimi Antonelli?
No. I don't know.
George Russell?
No.
Opinions on George Russell. Next question.
But yeah, I'm a Ferrari stan, and then from there it kind of goes. I have like a top 5 list that kind of they switch positions. The other 3, they just like constantly are back and forth. I would say at the moment live ranking, it goes Charles, Lewis, Yuki, Oscar, Pierre. He kind of
he snuck his way in there. He snuck his way in there.
He did. Pierre kind of charmed me.
Who was number 5? Who was number 5 before Pierre?
Number 5 before Pierre was Ollie.
Oh.
And Ollie's still a charmer, Haas. But I think Pierre has just slowly like
We've only met one of those two at an airport.
You know, we have only met
one of those two at an airport. We could have met Fred. Do you think about the fact that we could have met Fred?
Dude, I think about the fact I could have met Brian Bosney every day of my life. Every morning I wake up with this existential dread of the fact I never said hi to Brian and thanked him for his work.
Said that you loved his work.
I should have thanked him and Fred. I should have been like, Fred, you're saving this whole thing. Thank you so much.
You are the pride and joy of Italy. I know we're in Austin, Texas, but you are the pride and joy of Italy. You're the pride and joy.
You're the pride and joy of me.
Yeah.
I love you, Fred. I'll kiss his little bald head.
Okay. He's so short in person.
He's so short. It's so cute. I love that man. I love him. If you can't tell, I'm like deep in my Ferrari. Like, you can't really pull me out anymore.
You might as well be Italian at this point.
I am Italian. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever you say.
Who are you? Are you gonna?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry, that was awful of me.
Nice.
I'm Stella. Some of you on Twitter might know me as the F1 Hoscat, that one bitch that gets canceled once every 2 weeks. And I don't ever say anything that drastic. Ever. Never.
You call Kevin Magnussen hot
You call Kevin Magnussen hot one time and said, actually, no, that tweet I didn't get canceled for. Everyone agreed with me.
Yeah, except for that one guy that I started a fight with.
Yeah, well, no, most people agree. No, you started a fight with someone because I said I wasn't fond of...
Oh, I started a fight with both of them.
Oh, right. Yes, someone did quote that and say ban DTS, and I have never...
DTS.
I think I've watched a total of 10 minutes of DTS in my life.
This season, the only reason I watched this season, which I didn't watch I, like, kind of watched the last season. I don't watch GTS.
Yeah, neither of us
Just in
do.
general. The only reason...
Sorry to break it to all of you.
No, the literally only reason I watched this season was because, 1, the found footage episode, and 2, Austin. That is
footage
it.
episode is crazy. Right, so anyway, I love the podium list. I love bitches that don't have podiums. I love Haas. I love Nico Hülkenberg. If T is listening, T is gonna yell at me if I don't say that correctly. Hülkenberg. And the rest of my drivers are literally retired. I like Max Verstappen, but, like, in the sense that sometimes I want to see him fail because I enjoy the entertainment value of Max Verstappen, like, being beaten.
Oh, and I just want everyone to know, just before we actually, like, get into this episode, I will critique every driver.
All of them. Every single one of them. I'll yell at all of them.
Except, yeah, Charles can do no wrong, but I will admit when
he does wrong.
When he does wrong. But I hope everyone knows that. So don't think this is a safe space.
No one is safe here.
Because this is not a safe space.
I love Haas with every fiber of my being. If Haas fucks up as a team, I'm gonna call them out. Do I have a top 5? Yeah. Most of my drivers are literally retired.
You have, like, okay, wait.
Daniel, come home.
You have Haas as a unit.
Yeah, that's one.
You have a Haas
one is
as
Haas
a
as a unit, because it doesn't matter who's driving for Haas. I just love Haas as a team.
Crazy.
I know.
Max.
Yeah, I guess so. Nico.
Nico.
I can't.
Would Yuki make your list?
I think Yuki would.
Would Yuki make your list?
I think Yuki would make my list. I love Yuki Tsunoda. He also can't do anything wrong. Actually, he's the one we won't critique ever.
No, actually,
could quite literally crash into multiple people, and we'd be like, everyone else was at fault. That is not Yuki's fault. He should be able to kill one person for every time that Red Bull has done him wrong. Red Bull is a team, I despise them. Christian Horner.
And it's so sad because their branding is
so good.
It's so good.
Makes me
pissed. Damn, dude. Christian Horner?
Yeah, no, but like I said, this is not a safe space for anybody. So even Haas. I don't know. Maybe, I guess, like, Jack Doohan.
Oh,
but, like, I can't attach myself to him yet because Alpine is evil. There is something sinister happening at Alpine.
Yeah, there
constantly. I mean, maybe Oscar. I have an anti-McLaren agenda, though.
I think everyone this season does.
Yeah, that's very true. But, like, also McLaren, I can be bought. So if you want to take me somewhere, I love you.
Yeah, true.
I love you.
Hey.
Pookie. Oh my god, hey.
Hey. Quadrant.
CEO of Quadrant, Zach Brown, if there's anything you want to do. Owner of Quadrant, Lando Norris.
Did you just call Zach Brown the...
He is the CEO.
He's the CEO.
Did you not know that he's the CEO? So Lando owns Quadrant, but Zach Brown is the CEO.
Everything is starting to make more sense.
Which is very interesting. Like, thinking about, like, differences between...
Is that not like a... Is that not like a...
conflict of interest?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I will say, while we're on the brief topic of Quadrant, I do really appreciate the fact that they're doing their best to include women in motorsport in everything that they do.
Real.
Like, at all times. I do think they could do better, obviously, but this is still a brick being laid that has to, at some point, become something else. So even their quick little piece that had women in motorsport in whatever their new video thing was.
Yeah. It was good.
I love it. I loved it. I feel like before we read the gospel, though, I need everyone to know something very important about me. I guess two things that are very important about me.
Go ahead, share with the class.
I create feelings in others they themselves don't understand. 2, I love Cars 2006. For those of you who don't know, the first one was a direct quote from Cars 2006, and it's in the scene.
Yeah.
It's in the scene. I can tell you the exact scene. It's in the scene where Lightning McQueen is in court, and he sees Sally for the first time, and that is something he says to Sally, which harassment. I will see proof. I'll call out my faves. Harassment. Lightning McQueen, that was harassment. I know this was 2006. I know it's a script, and I know it's a movie about personified cars, but that is still harassment. Madison, would you like to introduce the reading of the gospel?
Yes. So, everyone, every week, I am going to be finding a tweet from F1 Stan Twitter, and I will be reading the gospel. Okay, this week we have a twofer.
A twofer.
We have a twofer this week. Because with winter break and everything, and we never got to
this has been
do
an
this.
idea that has been in my head since pre-Coda of last year, so.
We have one, and then I need to find the other one. Okay, this one. You guys think Max is gonna name his baby Charlotte or something like how Charles named his dog out? You know what? Never mind.
I think about that one often since it's happened.
I think about that, and then where's the reply? Wait, what is the lore? Charles named his son after who? He named his dog Leo, which means lion, and Max is named the lion. I know it's reaching, but
The thing, okay, before we move on with the reading of the gospel,
I'm sorry, Lestappins in the year of our Lord 2025.
they're gonna exist forever, Madison. This is the Septiplier of F1.
Stop. It really is.
It's the Septiplier of F1. I do not know what to tell you. Like, they are quite Madison, what is the main color of Ferrari?
Red.
What's the main color of Red Bull?
Blue. Why did you have to say that?
Because it's right there. It's on paper. It is in the Bible. Red character, blue character, even though these aren't real people.
God damn it.
I'm sorry that I had to point it out. It's been in my head since I started watching.
Hey, Lestappies, though, y'all cool sometimes.
I feel like we should also...
But that's crazy.
We should also preface, Maddie and I have been in the trenches of Stan Twitter since we were, 13 and 16. But we also have tweets like this out there somewhere. Don't find them. Mine are all on private accounts now, though, so...
Yeah, so are mine.
Y'all stay safe.
Y'all stay safe, though. Our second reading of the gospel. Lando, baby. Baby, this is your first shot for an actual title. You're up against a 3-time WDC. It was never going to be easy. I love you so much. It'll be alright. You'll win. You won 3 races after so many years. Give it some time, and you'll be a WDC soon. Heart.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. I'm gonna do that with Charles. I'm gonna replace Lando with Charles and Lewis, and I'm just gonna tweet that every day. I hope you know that. Every day of the season, you're gonna see it on your timeline.
I'm so excited to see that. And now we would like to iterate again. We're not making fun of these people.
No.
Like,
these are
genuinely, they bring me joy.
Moments.
They bring me joy. They're defining moments.
Literally.
We're calling them defining moments in the fandom. And while there were people who were making fun of these people, we're not one of them. We just want to immortalize them further.
Exactly.
I'm
like
obsessed with them.
Thanos,
unironic. The thin.
Like.
If anyone wants to know,
tattoo.
the trenches and how long we've been in there, if you knew Marvel Stan Twitter and that one person who got Thanos tattooed on their ass, we both liked that tweet.
The tweet that said like this,
if
it gets blah blah blah, I'll get a Thanos tattoo on my ass, bro. I like that shit. I was one of them.
I'm part of the problem.
Dude, you guys don't understand.
I'm part of the problem.
We're gonna do a very brief
2024.
2024. Guys. Like, we're gonna be brief with it because
I might cry. We're gonna be brief, but I also might cry.
Please don't.
I miss my wife.
Because then I don't.
When will he return from the war?
He's never.
He's not returning from the Cadillac. Employ my wife.
Stella, baby.
Baby.
I know this is your first time.
No, I know my wife's not coming back.
But it'll be okay.
It's not the first time my driver has retired. Madison, I was a Logan Sargent fan. I went through hell last season.
Bro did not retire.
Okay. Well, no, he has since
Logan
retired.
Sargent exists.
He has since retired because he was supposed to be in endurance and then he dropped.
Wasn't he supposed to? Yeah.
Yeah. So, technically speaking.
Okay, Max won the WDC.
Max, 4-time World Drivers Champion.
Boo! Boo! Sorry. I am stating this first episode. If Max Verstappen gets a 5-peat...
He can't. He can't, Madison. He has to follow the same laws that Sebastian Vettel fell onto. He's gonna fail this season, move to another team, and do worse.
Please. Okay. McLaren run the constructors. Boo! No,
I was very happy for Max.
I need a buzzer.
You do need a buzzer. You need like the remote that Sam had in iCarly.
Yes, this is literally what I need.
Loud, incorrect buzzer noise.
Loud, incorrect. No, guys, I promise. Like, Max won the WDC. He did a good job. The Red Bull dominated again.
Well, did they really? No, Max Verstappen dominated. Red Bull fell into multiple trash cans and was probably held together by duct tape.
No, but stop. No, like, listen, though. Like, Checo.
I miss him.
I miss his aura.
I miss his energy.
I miss his aura, and I miss it bad. I miss his whimsy. So bad. And his freckles.
Yes.
Okay, actually, you know how we said that we were going to critique all the drivers? I promise I'm joking most of the time, but I will come out and say this right now. Unless Liam Lawson changes his attitude by 1,000%, I do not like that man.
I don't like him.
He has horrible
just has a bad
energy.
aura.
I'm looking directly into the camera when I say this. He doesn't, it's not even bad aura, it's like an energy that surrounds him that is negative, and I hate it, and I don't like his ego. Yes. So unless he changes, hey, listen to me. Unless he changes, this is not a Liam Lawson safe space.
No, it's not.
And also, the fact he's classified as a rookie going into this year, he is not a rookie. You've raced in 11 races.
That's crazy. Ollie's
not a rookie.
Like, Ollie couldn't classify as a rookie.
I mean, Ollie's technically, I would say, like, 5 is the cutoff.
Yeah.
That's what it is for baseball. Baseball, it's 3. It's 3 games, and you're still considered a rookie.
Not a safe space for Liam Lawson. For reasons outside of the fact that I'm a Danny Rick fan, this is where I come forward. Everyone's going to assume it's because he made my driver unemployed. No. Sergio Checo Perez is the reason my driver is unemployed. Let's get that straight. Liam Lawson started, his management started terrible rumors, like, way back when. Awful. Daniel was in an awful car. Awful. My man is washed. Don't get me wrong. I'll be the first to admit he's probably washed. Love him. Love my wife. Love Daniel Ricciardo. He's a little washed. I think if he had a better car, he might be able to do better. But his car definitely didn't help. They were expecting him to pull miracles in that V-carb.
Yeah.
I also hated him for a very long time.
Yeah, that's
And I
true.
hated Liam Lawson at the same exact time. So, no one can say I hate Liam Lawson because I'm a fan of Daniel
And people
Ricciardo.
are going to say, people are going to say it's because I'm a Yuki stan. And yeah,
that's part of it. That's part of it. I am also a Yuki stan. That's the bigger part. Fuck Daniel. The bigger part is Yuki should be in that Red Bull.
Yuki should be in that Red Bull.
Yuki should be in that Red Bull seat.
We cannot lose a national treasure such as Yuki.
No. And then Honda saying that they're not going to help Yuki find a seat after this. Like, that's my GOAT.
Well, that's what happens when you buy an F1 team for your son.
Yeah, your son does get to decide who he
Sorry.
drives with. You're right. And if your son wants to drive with... How many titles does Fernando have? 2? 2-time World Driver Champion Fernando Alonso, then that's who your son's driving with.
Yeah, so maybe...
Although, I wouldn't
know.
be surprised if Yuki can't find a seat. We see Yuki come in as the Aston reserve.
Yeah.
Which Yuki should be on track.
Another
Yuki
lost treasure.
Joe! Botas!
Botas. Who else is a reserve this year?
Oh, Franco. There is something sinister happening in Alpine. Why do they have four?
We're not rolling our eyes. We're not rolling our eyes at Franco Colapinto. I just want to say that to all his stands. We are not rolling our eyes at Franco Colapinto.
I'm so happy that he's employed. I'm so happy he's employed. And there's something sinister happening in Alpine. There's something so sinister. The entirety of Argentina. We are not against you. I promise.
We are not. We stand with Franco Colapinto. We stand with him. Just wanted to put that out there, guys.
He's lovely. There is something so sinister happening in Alpine.
I just don't understand why you need 4 reserve drivers.
I have not watched a single episode of Drive to Survive, and I have only watched that trailer and that part where the motherfucker Frenchman goes, "I own you, like, every millimeter." Whatever he said to Jack Doohan, and Jack is looking at him like this.
No, and you also watched... No, you didn't even watch the clip. Did you watch the clip? Did you watch the clip that we're in?
I didn't.
Oh yeah, we're in.
Oh right, guys, we're way late. We're way in the back.
No, we're not even in the back.
Yeah.
You can literally see me going. I'm literally sitting there going, and you're sitting there crying. You're wiping.
Oh my god, was it right after K-Mac waved at us?
Yes. Yes, and you see me going.
Stop!
Guys, don't watch.
They really did me like that.
Don't watch it.
You can't. Granted, we knew exactly where to look. I'm a ginger. You can't really tell in this light. I'm a ginger. My hair was brighter when we were in Texas, and our friend was wearing a lilac bucket hat. And we were sitting next to each other. Those two combined, you could spot us instantly.
Guiding light.
You could spot us instantly.
And I was looking at that middle row.
We knew
like,
where
the
we
whole
were.
Clip. I was like, where are we? And then I saw us, and I was like, oh my god.
And of course.
That's my Netflix debut.
Of course they did me dirty by choosing the clip. I know how editors work, Maddie. I know that they were like, some people were looking in the background and was like, look at this bitch crying.
Look at this one. Crazy. No, crazy. We were crazy
they
for that.
They put
the
F1 Haas cat into the Haas episode. So
McLaren won the constructors. Okay. Ferrari second.
Red Bull was in third, right?
There were 6 race winners or something like that.
Or something like that.
Something like that.
I think it was 6.
Whatever.
I could name them if I tried.
I know what races that I cried at.
It's Monaco.
It was Monaco, Monza, and Silverstone.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Listen, I'm not even like a Chuck girly, and I cried at Monaco.
I cried at Austin.
Yes.
Like after I got home. Because 1, I missed it. 2, it was Charles did win.
Yes, he did. Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Charles won for me.
That weekend was... Yes, and double Haas points was for me. That weekend was a blur.
Yeah. And Lewis crashing didn't happen.
No, Maddie, it did happen because I had the greatest joke known to man right after he crashed with 0 hesitation. You have to admit it was so good.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It was so good. It was such a good joke.
It was so good.
I would like to tell the story. So the day prior, the day that George crashed, we went to the Lewis Hamilton plus 44 pop-up.
We did.
Yes. Lewis Hamilton. Maybe if I remember...
Clip.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe if I remember, I'll upload the clip for Sam. Walked right past us. And no one touched me. And I had made it.
Okay, you guys don't understand. Like, For the people that were in Austin and went to this pop-up, you understand. But, like, the doors were like this, right? And his car was parked in the middle of the street. And he's coming out. And you have people on both sides trying to get autographs and pictures, right? Okay, we're squished against a table. There were, like, picnic tables outside this place. I am squished against both you and the picnic table, trying to get a video of Lewis Hamilton. And we're all getting shoved. Like, everyone around me is getting shoved. I'm getting shoved out of the way, of course, because I'm short. When I tell you, not a single person touched Stella. Legitimately. They are shoving, they are elbows deep in these people. Like, hey, move out of the way. Like literal bodyguards. He had, like, 5 people on him, plus a videographer. Literally no one, not even stepped on her foot. I'm standing there like this. Not even touched her shoes. Literally like this.
Actually, yeah, no, my face was blank. I was so focused on getting that.
It's a beautiful video. It is a beautiful video.
People, I airdropped it to people. No one touched me. And I turned to, like, Maddie and our friends were like, why did no one, like, not even the people who were shoving to get him through touched you? And I was like, I just have an aura. Like, we had an aura off and no one could touch me.
And I would like to add, our friend did touch Lewis. She felt his pant, and I have it on video. Because I was like,
sorry.
You did. And then I was looking back at the video, and she legitimately, like, literally just grabbed his baggy pant and went, and that's it. That's all she did was.
Iconic of her, really.
It was truly iconic.
She let the intrusive
didn't take a photo. She also didn't take a photo. I hope you guys know she was not recording. She literally sat there like this.
Not a care in the world.
Sarah, if you listen to this, I love you.
I love you so much, Sarah.
I love you so
Sarah,
much, Sarah.
Taylor, I miss you so much. I love you so much. But I just kept going, no, like, we had an aura off. No one could touch either of us. And then Lewis Hamilton crashes at the turn right next to where we're sitting. And I turned to Maddie with zero hesitation. I just go, I won the aura off. And she couldn't even take the crash seriously because I was a dumbass. One of the best and worst experiences of my life. Worst because everywhere you looked, we saw the letters to Cowboy Rick stands. And I wanted to cry the entire time.
Dude, that one that we wrote in.
Oh my god. And it
hurts
was like,
every time
it was
I
like
read
that
it.
same month was the month where I, like, finally changed my mind about him. And I was so excited to see him drive. And I'd take, like, a 15-minute break during one of the busiest days at work to see the news that he departed from Red Bull. And I almost went home early. Like, I almost started crying at my job and went home early. It was like briefly before Singapore. And I was like, that's my wife. I don't know what was wrong with me. Daniel Ricciardo is my wife. Lando and Oscar McLaren Maiden wins up the wazoo.
Okay, next. Good on Oscar.
Oh.
Rise.
We can wait. We'll skip this one. We'll move to the next one. Back to my wife. He exited the sport.
Colapinto.
After many years, Daniel Ricciardo exits the sport. Please employ him. Someone. I don't care what he's doing. He doesn't have to drive. Just put him back in the paddock. Someone please employ him. I miss him. Logan Sargent was dropped. I was only his fan because he's American and I felt like I needed to, which is the same exact reason I became a fan of Haas. Colapinto and Lawson make their entrances.
Colapinto, love the guy.
Love him. He was great.
Franco, I love him so much.
Honestly,
I really do.
Like,
he really
for
was.
a small period of time, because I had a vendetta, I was upset and I was like, I can't like this guy. And then after a single race, I was like, damn, I kind of love him. I'm kind of
Ollie
obsessed
Bierman,
with
my
him.
boy,
The
my
most
baby,
employed,
my little child.
the most employed reserve
so
driver.
employed.
He was
when you accidentally become really important at work. That's him.
That's the
like when you
he is
accidentally
the
become important at
definition
work,
of
that's
when
him.
you accidentally become really important at work. But he was so employed by both Haas and Ferrari. extremely employed. He then also, whilst employed by Haas, had to beg for his life in Brazil,
That pissed me off.
which
Don't
is insane.
piss me the fuck
and
off.
I have beef with the FIA as a whole. Unless they want to have
Yeah.
me go somewhere, then I love you. No, actually, no, I can't. I can't be bought out by them.
We're gonna talk about
The next one we kind of have to deep dive into for the recap. So within the last year of the sport, there's been an insane rise amongst teen and young adult women, girls and women, appropriate term appropriately, which, if anyone knows anything about anything, despite the fact that men constantly make fun of them, this is the dream market for anything. Because when girls and women love something, they love it so... Look behind Maddie. Look behind Maddie. Like, that's all you have to know. I'll call myself out. On my floor, I have F1 Legos set up.
I have more, like, there's another level to this bookshelf that's also full,
Out
guys.
there,
Like,
I also have more Legos that I've already built in my second room.
yeah.
One of my walls is becoming an interchangeable grid that I can change with every single
love that
race.
so much.
Like,
are you gonna change it with qualifying?
Yes.
Like, just side note.
Every
like, are you gonna go quali and then you're gonna go like actual,
and then I'm going
like,
to put
race?
results for the race on my wall so that way I can
Oh my
always
god,
know.
wait, I love that so much.
And my wall isn't
love
big
that so
enough
much.
because like those Legos are 8 inches long. And it's so interesting to watch. Because it's going through every phase that every fandom goes through. And since we are fandom elders, we're like watching it from afar for the first time in our lives probably and going, wow, we were crazy. But like, I love it. Because inherently, I love how deeply other people love things.
Me too. And I just want to say, like, although Thou Who Shall Not Be Named, that fandom, the first one, because I don't want to out us.
I already said that they were the Septiplier of...
Okay.
Yeah, so we kind of outed ourselves there.
Yeah. So,
Already.
okay. But, like, going from that to, like, this and seeing, like, it from an outsider perspective is actually insane.
It's so...
Like, and I still love,
interesting.
like, I'm still, like, a Marvel stan. Like, I
Yes.
still love Marvel. But, like, seeing it now that I'm, like, a grown woman and I'm, like, still in it, right? Like, but seeing it happen where the young stans are coming in, this is their first time, like, actually being a stan of something on the internet is insane.
But what's even more insane is, maybe it's just because we are older, too, and I've been through this so many times. When I see the kids that are, like, for lack of better words, embarrassing themselves, my thought process is to be like, let them do it. Like, don't make fun of them, let them do it, we have all done it. And I see people making fun of them, and I'm like...
No!
There's no ill intent.
Let it happen.
There's no ill intent in what they're doing most of the time. Don't get me wrong, there's rate baiting all the time, everywhere, especially in F1 and motorsport in general, and sports in general, like major rate baiting. And that's something that's very interesting. This is the first time a lot of them have enjoyed a sport. So they don't understand the mindset of, I can dislike someone for literally no reason. I don't need to have valid reason. Like, I could just hate Liam Lawson.
And that's the...
For no reason.
Yeah, like...
I don't need a reason.
I just want to say that, like, racing, it's... I think people, because it's not, like... Compared to football, like, big American sports, right? So, like, American football and baseball, you see your parents who are diehard stans. Like, and I would say these grown adults, even though they don't know what a stan is, they're a stan of these teams, and they hate their opposing team. Like, you cannot be a Cowboys fan if you're also a fan of Philadelphia. Like, that's
exactly.
not...
These do not that is oil and water. Those cannot.
It's very simple. Like, it's a very simple concept that I think people are forgetting because there's so many drivers and they're all engaging in the sport at once, right? Like, there's 2 for each team, you know? But I just want to say, it is okay if you do not like a driver. You do not have to like everyone on the grid.
You do not.
Like, we don't. You don't either. And you don't have to have an explanation for that. Of course, unless you're being racist.
Oh, yeah.
Then
Nah,
there's
fuck
a
that.
different story.
Fuck that.
That's a different story.
Dislike Yuki Tsunoda, dislike Lewis Hamilton. There's one specific reason you cannot dislike them.
Yes, exactly. Like, you guys can say Yuki kind of sucks at driving, which I would disagree with. But I'm going to respect your opinion, even though you may not have wheel knowledge. But that's okay.
I also don't have wheel knowledge.
Like, that's okay.
I go off vibes.
I respect it. Like, I respect you. Like, I get it.
Except I have more wheel knowledge than I probably give myself credit for. I would like to make that clear.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it is fair to be that F1 specifically. Because NASCAR is a whole nother world, y'all. We're not gonna get into NASCAR today.
Part of that is because F1 specifically and Indy are the ones that have gained this massive young female audience. And NASCAR hasn't
gotten there.
And I don't think, unfortunately, NASCAR will ever get there.
Maybe if they'd have a better marketing team and hire me, like, when I applied.
I mean, same, but...
That's okay. That's okay. It is okay not to like every single driver on the grid. And it is okay if you stan your driver and someone else does not like them, you guys.
Oh.
Like,
this is...
That is
I would like
I will say, real quick, I will die for Charles and Lewis. I will die on the hill. I will argue with anyone. But it is okay. It is okay not to like.
There's a certain driver that I am.
I don't love all of her drivers.
No. You can say Max Verstappen. It's okay.
I don't. Like, I don't like Max Verstappen.
But
I have
that's a
reasons
major
for it.
thing. Like, the two of us, granted, I like them all except for Liam Lawson. I just don't like him. I like and hate them all equally. Like, Mattie will one day I'll be like, man, I sure do love Max Verstappen, and the next day I'm like, I want him to lose.
Yes. You say that about Lance Stroll sometimes.
I do.
And that's
sometimes,
okay.
you know,
I respect
and that one depends on the hour.
I respect that.
That one depends on the hour.
Okay, I will say one thing about Lance Stroll.
I love that he just fucks
before we
off.
move on. I love that he's kind of a diva.
He's such a diva.
He just, like, does not give a fuck. He just doesn't give a fuck. Like,
I'm obsessed
he literally,
with
his dad,
it.
like, bought him this team. Like, I love that his dad was like, here, drive in F1, my son.
You wanna live your dream? Here you go.
And then he's like, I have a tummy ache. I can't drive today. Like, or he's like, oh, like, my race engineer's telling me, go backwards. Like, go backwards, don't go forward, you're gonna go in the gravel. And he goes, hee hee hee, I'm gonna go forward. Like, I love that for him. Like, fuck off. I love it.
I love the fact that he shows up, he drives, and then we don't hear from him until the next race weekend. Yeah. Like, where has he been? Where has he been this whole break?
Yeah, I know. For real. Like, where has Lance Stroll been?
Or I truly, this is so sad. I love the fact that we all knew he went through something, whatever his birthday weekend was, because he looked like garbage. He looked like someone who had gone through shit. And then, like, a week or, like, a few days later, we found out that him and his girlfriend broke up. And we were all like, ah.
I love that also, like, the non-PR-ification of Lance Stroll needs to be studied. Yes. Because, like, Charles, you wouldn't know that he went through, like, compared to other drivers, like, Max is a horrible example. Yeah, no. Charles, I would say, is a good example. You would never know. You don't know until, like, someone asks him a question and he's like, yeah. But, like, Lance, that man will look hungover as fuck and you knew it happened.
Yes. And I'm obsessed with it. Also, there's something about him that endears me, and I don't even know what it is. Like, him
that's so tragic.
As a person endears me.
That's tragic.
I think it's just the fact that he, like,
who endears me?
He just looks like a little off-putting.
You know who endears me? Alex Albon.
Oh, Alex
Like,
Albon.
Alex Albon, like, there's a special place in my heart for
there,
Alex Albon.
yes.
I don't stand him. It is his personality.
There is something
He is
special.
so whimsy.
He loves Chapel
He's
Roan.
so fun. He loves Chapel Roan. He
Like,
loves his girlfriend. All he knows
just
is
like
drive car, love girlfriend.
Chapel Roan.
That's all he knows. That's literally
Drive
all he knows
car.
is drive car.
Love girlfriend,
Love girlfriend.
Chapel Roan. We can't forget the third one. The
That's
third
it.
one's very important. But, speaking of people not liking drivers, the civil war that happens in McLaren is fascinating to watch. Because it's just one driver's fans blaming another driver's fans, like, going back and forth, and they're both, like, completely missing the point that, like, McLaren's the bad guy.
You know who's actually... Yeah, you know who actually is at fault? Zach Brown. And Stella. I would say Stella's in there too.
Andrea Stella's
even though I love him. I love Stella. Like, he's worked with great people.
Anyway, speaking of cars and being engineered, F175 happened.
F175 happened.
Which was fascinating.
This is going to be... Okay. I'm not even going to rank them.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to rank them. I'm just going to tell you about the intros.
Okay.
This is my thoughts on the intros. 1... Red Bull Racing giving Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
During that performance.
It really was.
I don't remember what performance it was, but it was giving, like, rave. Why are we dancing? Why are there so many people? Max didn't want to be there. It was a horrible thing.
It was great.
Okay. Second, everyone hated the V-carb, like, intro. I loved it, personally. I thought it was a fun little, like, gaff. What is Sauber doing? Like,
I don't know, but that's my goat.
I don't understand what that was.
I'm genuinely so upset by
Mercedes
who my goat has
again.
To exist with.
Don't understand. Haas. Why was Kane Brown there? Why wasn't Kane Brown? And why was he in the intro? Okay, third of all, you're in shock right now. Did you watch
I didn't get to watch any of them.
Okay, well, Kane Brown is literally, like, in the intro video that they showed, so he, like, performed, and then immediately after, he's in the Haas promo video, and is like, we drive, or whatever he says. It's so weird. Ferrari, the color fucks.
Oh my god, I want my hair to be that color.
The livery fucks. The intro was... It was pretty good. Like, it was like the Enzo Ferrari tribute, and then it went into, like, the Ferrari stuff, which I love you, Enzo Ferrari. I was expecting more Aston. I loved Aston's. The James Bond
my god,
thing,
that was the only one I got to watch.
And then I watched the Oscars. And then I watched the Oscars.
No,
and it was
let them
the James Bond thing was done again.
Let them exist in their space. They did
and
it
I don't
first.
understand.
Except when
I don't understand why the Oscars.
When
did
I
that,
saw the Aston Martin one, your brain, I knew
cool.
inherently, I knew that it was a James Bond reference, but my brain went to the Burning Up video by the Jonas Brothers.
I loved that they came out. What I will say again about Aston was I love that they came out only wearing their helmets.
Oh
and suits,
my god, that was
just
so
like in the
good.
video. Like it was gas. It was gas.
Like,
I will say it was good.
I'm kind of obsessed with Aston to an extent because they like can just do things like that because they're owned by
Alpine?
Lawrence Stroll. Like I'm obsessed with that fact.
Alpine gave Helmut Marko a heart attack in that stadium. It gave Helmut Marko. Like what was that too, Alpine? Like what the fuck was that? I just want to say.
Yeah.
Why did we have a DJ? Why was there a DJ?
Do you think we should actually go through and discuss these liveries though? So they get their color from Kick, right? Do they get it from Kick or from?
I think it's Steak.
Because I think Kick is also that color.
I thought Kick. Here, I'm gonna look it up. Yes, they get the color from Kick.
Yeah.
And then Steak.
Steak
is blue.
I know that this season only starts next week. I'm so interested to see what the colors will be when it moves to Audi.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be red. It's going to be red and gray. And black. That's just Audi colors. I know, but those are...
I can
Those
already
are the Audi
barely
colors,
tell
unless
them
they do
apart.
something.
Like, I will get
Unless
the
they
Audi
already-
and the
unless-
Haas mixed up constantly.
Unless they do a really, really cool
I
thing
think they
where they
should.
bring back the Group B yellow
They should.
would
I
be
think
gas.
they should.
The white, yellow, and red would be gas.
I think they should. Personally, I think they should.
Personally, I think it would be an amazing tribute.
Speaking of, I guess we can
But-
also in this time frame talk about the teams themselves.
Yeah,
Nico
I
Hulkenberg,
guess.
that other.
And Boratello.
Thank you. I can never remember his name.
Gabriel.
I know the Gabriel part.
Boratello.
I just can never remember his last name. And I think
Boratello.
part of it is because I look at it and I go, ah, it looks like the portobello mushroom, and then I just like over my head.
Good for them. I mean,
I-
it's Audi, and I hope.
not
Okay,
Audi
also
yet.
coming out next year, Audi will be
Audi will be proud here.
Audi will be proud here because
Audi
I'm an
will
Audi
be
like car stan.
Proud
That's
here.
just like that's my brand. Like Audi is my brand. Car wise, Ferrari's there too, but like actually as a car brand, Audi. So I will be open.
Das Auto, like.
Person.
I hope that I know that they're gonna be last again. And I know
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
I don't
say that.
have high hopes.
We have Williams. Don't say that.
Williams is getting Carlos sponsor money now.
That's true. But also it was held together with
I
Super glue and duct tape.
unfortunately don't think it'll be held together by glue and we're still on kick. We're still on Sauber. We need to focus.
sorry guys. Sorry.
We're moving too quickly.
My bad.
I will say everyone is gonna say cap, but go look at his F2 career. Nico Hulkenberg is a good driver who has constantly, for the most part, been in shit cars. Is he washed? Once again, I'll admit he's probably a little washed. He's older. Has not had good cars. Highest scorer in Haas history, though. I love my goat.
Okay. Who are we on to next?
I want him to get a single point.
He's gonna he will.
But anyway,
Joe did it last year.
I kind of am obsessed.
Did he
with
not?
her. Yes, he did. We got joints.
Did Joe? Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
joints.
That's what I thought.
Yes, they're called joints. I remember that very vividly. It was so funny. I will say, kind of obsessed with the steak Sauber, kick Sauber, billion name Sauber livery. And I understand to people who have only ever seen this color on their TV. It looks
It's
awful.
giving slime.
It looks awful when it's on your
In
TV.
person, it's actually a really
it is
cool
the
color.
coolest color you will ever see on a car, like, of this caliber, I'll say. One of the coolest colors you will ever see. Madison, take Ferrari out of your brain for 2 fucking seconds, okay? They don't exist. They're separate. They're a separate entity. They have money.
Yeah.
Okay? Take them out of the running.
Sorry,
Take them
we
out
had-
of the running. The back of the
Sorry.
grid.
You know all I remember? You know what I remember from fucking Coda? All I remember was we had McLaren 1 and McLaren 2 because we had
God, right?
the Alpine. You had the Alpine orange car, and then you had the
You
McLaren
did.
Sunbeam in your eyes.
That hurt
silver
to watch.
rocket ship.
Yeah. Well, no, they sounded
God,
awful in
dude.
Coda. That car did not sound good. Anyway, Williams now
No,
has
it did
a
not.
title
Okay.
sponsor.
Oh. Oh.
I
So
do.
cool.
I will say
It looks the same.
It does.
I fuck with the Duracell battery.
I was about to say I am kind of obsessed with the Duracell battery. Like
I fuck with the
so
Duracell battery.
good.
I fuck with
I
it.
really do.
I really do.
Like it's the.
I
Honestly,
hate that they make their drivers. I hate that they make their drivers do meet and greets at the local Home Depot.
I love it.
But
I think it's iconic. Like Carlos
I love the
Carlos
Duracell.
Sainz this year is gonna pull up to a Home Depot. Like, do you think about that sometimes? 'Cause
no,
I do.
I don't think they're going. Do you really think they're gonna do that to him?
I think at least once.
I can't wait to see
I feel like he has
videos.
to be contractually obligated to do one at least once.
I'm singing the Home Depot song in my head. It's okay. It's mediocre. Looks the exact same.
It does.
Boo.
It does for the most part look the
I
same.
hate when people don't have fun.
And that's kind of why I enjoy Sauber, because that car, they're always having fun.
Styx is kind of cool.
They're always having fun.
I like the flames. I wish they would have kept that for
Oh,
the
I
whole
do
year
wish
livery.
they would have kept the flames. Those were so cool.
Okay. I
Racing Bulls,
love the
because they
white.
are no longer Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. They are just the Racing Bulls.
But
just name the team Toro
but they
Rosso
still
again.
sponsor.
They're still sponsors. Visa and Cash App are still sponsored, but they pulled
They're
out
not title
of
sponsors, though?
title sponsorship after, like, literally a week after Daniel left. They pulled out of title sponsorship.
I love this. I love the white.
I
love
it.
where the Red Bull bowl is. Like,
That's
it's-
another one.
I
That's like
love
when
this
they have fun.
livery.
Like, it's like kind of giving
I
Duracell
love
battery.
it.
Like, I love the energy of
Yeah,
that
when they
bowl.
have it on the I love it, and I love the little like thing, the little like ombre thing. That they got going
it's
on
so
in the back.
it's so
kinda-
good. I don't
it's kinda
honestly. It
fire.
looks so good in white. It looks
Yeah, it really does.
unbelievable in white. Like, white is probably one of the best things they could have done for that car. Haas.
I
I
hate
think,
the racing suits though.
yeah.
I like the Haas livery. I do. I like the white. Again, I kind of
The
I
white-
kind of love the white.
kind of like it goes
I'm fucking with
really
the white.
hard.
I love that the MoneyGram is also on the back. Like, I like that we're having fun with these now.
Yes.
Like, we're having fun with placement of sponsors.
Yes.
Which I know, like, is iffy.
I'm
just in general. But I love it.
I think Haas is one of the best. Irrelevant to the fact that that's my favorite team, like, objectively, I think they had one of the best liveries.
I think they're up there for me, but yeah.
This is an
Okay.
awful picture of the Alpine. I would like to preface, I'm saving it as we speak. I would like to preface, they don't have the best part of it on there.
I think that part of the reason why I love the Alpine, first of all, I love the metallic paint.
Oh, the
Like, I
metallic
love
paint
that
is
it's
so good.
metallic.
I love that we're having fun. There's something so sinister about Alpine, but they're having fun with their livery.
Yeah, they're having fun, and one other thing, it looks like I think I like their colors because they're giving gender reveal.
Oh my god. No, wait, you're right.
It's like a gender reveal party.
Do
It's like,
the-
oh, is it gonna be?
Do their
Like, you know?
suits... Okay, this is a silly question. Do the drivers' suits have to match? Like each other?
I think so.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
No, well,
Like, for the most part.
I'm trying to think. Didn't Max and Daniel do different like cowboy suits that one year in Austin?
Well, no, not
Weren't they,
like
the same but different.
not like the one-time suits. I mean, like, hypothetically, like Jack doing
Yes,
is
they
in
have
pink,
to match.
and
I
then,
do believe they have to match.
and then Pierre
Yeah, I
Gasly's
do
in
believe
blue.
they have
Like,
to
that
match.
would have been so good if they could have separate
It would've been so
colors, but
good.
like it was. Anyway, the Aston
Yeah, I do
Martin
believe
looks
they
the
have to
same.
match. Yeah, when is it not?
Yeah, that's true. That
They
car
did
has
they're
always
doing a
looked the
fun
same.
thing with the wing though.
That's
the back
true.
wing.
They are.
The Amerco.
Yeah.
It's two different colors. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, I do enjoy those colors though.
Ooh.
I will say, this is just
Yes,
because
so do
I
I.
love the color green. I do and will always love the color of Aston Martin as a team, and if they change it, I will riot.
So do I.
Like,
It's my favorite.
It's my favorite shade
Yeah.
of green. You'll never guess, guys. The Mercedes looks the same.
They got rid of the red. They got rid of the red that was on the car. The
Oh.
random strip of red that was there last year.
Oh, they did.
I think because they lost that sponsorship.
I think
but-
so.
Oh, okay, I do like the Red Bull suits
I
with
do
the
like
red
the-
strip on the
Yeah,
side.
the red strip on the side.
I
is
like the
so
red strip.
good.
It's nice.
It's
It's
very-
nice, but I hate their car looks the same every year. Can we
Yeah,
we
can we do something a little? Once
Can we
again,
do
though,
something
I
fun?
do like the staple for both Red Bull, cars, both Red Bull teams, the bowl placement. Me and HP
Okay,
have.
I have a lot to
beef.
say about this. One,
Of
bring
course
back
you
the
do.
Ferrari rear wing. Two, get rid of all the HPs on this car.
They can't.
3, I love the color, and I love the white. I love it. I'm really messing with the white this year, guys. It's good. But the strip,
I like it.
I like it.
I like it. It's good. It's like a nice little fun. It looks like a present. Like, I can't explain it other than it looks like a present. Like someone wrapped a present.
It does.
It's like the ribbon that they used to wrap it.
I know HP's not going away.
No. They're a title sponsor now. I will say, I like the placements of HP this year versus last year. Like, they're tasteful this year. Like, if we have to keep it, they're tasteful for what they are, because they have to have so many. Like, if we have to keep it, they're better.
3, 4.
Mattie, there's going to be a lot no matter what, but there was like 12 last season.
I know, and I hate the fact that there's 2 on the race suits. Like,
but my favorite part is whenever they're photographed in that race suit, they're hiding the one on their stomach.
Yeah, they are.
It's iconic.
Will forever love the chrome.
The chrome. I was gonna say,
logo on the wheels.
If they ever lose that chrome sponsorship, like, I hope it's because Chrome is sponsoring someone else. Because if I lose those tire, like, I'll be upset. That's literally how I identified the McLaren when we had 2 orange cars. It was like, which one's got the chrome wheels?
I hate that they only made the car silver when you look at it from the top. So you can't see it in this photo, but the top of the body of the car is silver because they were like throwing it back to like their good old days. Like, why are we doing all this? But it looks virtually the same.
It looks pretty much the same. I saw a whole bunch of McLaren fans being like, "Oh my god, when McLaren's the only team that doesn't have a title sponsor." Babe, I can almost guarantee you in 2026 that will be MasterCard McLaren. With the way that this is going, with this MasterCard sponsorship, like, I'm half expecting in the middle of this year that they're going to have a title sponsorship.
I'm expecting Marriott. McLaren.
Maybe Marriott McLaren. You're
Marriott
right.
MasterCard.
Oh,
Marriott.
It might be both.
McLaren.
Honestly, that name kind of fucks.
No,
like, the name like kind of goes hard.
Marriott MasterCard.
Yo, McLaren. Like, not that you're listening to 2 young adult girls or our podcast, but if you're gonna take any title sponsors, Marriott, MasterCard, McLaren kind of goes really hard. Triple M, like, that's just like your logo.
Triple M.
The same way, like,
it's kind of
the same way that like V-Carb was called V-Carb, like Triple M.
Yeah.
Granted, they would probably still just be called. They would just be called McLaren still, the same way we're still calling Ferrari. But like, when I'm upset with my team. Any team, I'll refer to them by their full name.
It's full government name.
Full government. Oracle Red Bull Racing. Oracle Red Bull Racing, I am very upset with you today.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about this event as a whole. Because
I didn't get
we need to
watch.
We need to clear the air.
I didn't get to watch a lot of it, but
no.
This is just about this has nothing to do with the event itself, but the event as a concept.
This is literally nothing new.
This is not new.
We had the Spice Girls performing at the McLaren livery one year. I think it was McLaren.
Oh, why?
I know that they did perform in front of a car.
That's hysterical. Sorry. Thinking about that. Like, genuinely, like, thinking for a second. Is. What do you mean Christian Horner's wife is performing at a different...
She literally was, like, popping it out.
I love it. Amazing. Good for Jerry.
It was great. Okay,
good for Ginger
also,
Spice.
Lewis Hamilton floating above the crowd.
The entirety of McLaren tuned.
F1 has always been a marketing
spectacle.
It's like the sport itself is a spectacle.
Exactly.
The sport itself is a spectacle.
I say this
like you
all
saying
the time.
You went to a F1 race and you got paddock passes.
I know that you're rich.
You are like
I know that you
rich.
have money.
Like that's exactly what it is.
Say this so often to so many people. F1 is a sport by rich people for rich people. And what do rich people do very well as business people? Unfortunately, marketing. Marketing has always been huge in this sport. it's not anything new. These cars have almost always had sponsors. A majority of these cars have almost always had title sponsors. And then each person individually has sponsors that they have to abide by certain things. F1 as a company, has to market themselves.
DTS!
And exactly. Yes, Drive to Survive. Perfect example. Drive to Survive was and still continues to be an attempt to gain an American audience. And what do American audience like, what is one thing the American audience will always gravitate towards? Spectacle.
Reality TV.
Reality TV and spectacle.
Reality TV.
The biggest event in American television is the Super Bowl that people watch for the halftime show most of the time. That entire
Literally
and
what I
then
did this
because of that leads to usually football games. Granted, there's a lot of commercial breaks in football games, but that's just in televised sports.
The Super Bowl commercials is also like
that
is another reason why people watch the Super Bowl is the commercials themselves.
Like, those commercial spots cost millions of dollars per 10 to 30 seconds. So if you have companies buying like 1 minute ad slots, like, I don't know, for the Americans who could be listening who watched the Super Bowl, Angelsoft, or for example, for you if you didn't, Angelsoft, toilet paper company.
Oh, I hated that.
Bought 30 seconds, so that was millions of dollars that they spent to just have a countdown on the TV for people to take a bathroom break. Like, that was it. That was their whole ad. And there have been a few times where that has been an ad that people have paid for. And you think to yourself and you go, wow, that's like really weird. But then that's the ad that you're talking about the most. Is the ad that was nothing. Or I think Tubi last year paid for an ad that made it seem like you had changed the channel. That resulted in thousands of people like filled with rage, thinking that someone had changed the channel on the Super Bowl. Like, that is just major sport as a whole. It's entirely marketing.
I would say that this event itself I think it could have been marketed better. Mm-hmm. And I think they could have done the entire, like, idea of the event. They could have executed it better. Yes. Like, I will say. Like, it was not perfect. But it's not something new, and I hate that we're acting like it is. Yeah. Because it's really not.
I will say.
Like, it's really not.
It's not new within F1 as a whole. New. And then on top of that, it's not new. It feels like, and this has come up because we've seen some people talk about how this could be the downfall of F1 as a sport, when that's not the case scenario, even a little bit, because this is something that has always existed in sports. I have a friend who works for the NBA, and the NBA draft is like a major event.
People watch that shit.
A project coordinator. People watch it. Like, there are that's the point I want to make. There are project coordinators on the NBA draft. Like, when you think of a draft, you're thinking of like a private talk of someone with sports.
No. Same for MLB and same for NFL. I suggest if you've heard of the draft but you don't understand it, I suggest you watch clips. Because it is literally like a 4-hour event.
F175. It is F175.
Yeah.
But with these sports, and they're significantly longer.
So I don't think this is the downfall at all. I think this was a great marketing idea that could have been executed better.
And then on top of that, I think what people have forgotten is I highly doubt that this is going to become a yearly event. If it went phenomenally, I could see it becoming a yearly event. But this was because it's the 75th anniversary, right? 75? Yeah, so it's the 75th anniversary. Like, that's what it was.
If they were to do this yearly, I really don't think... I think teams would have a problem doing this yearly.
Yes. Because teams have their own events.
I think it would be a riot. I think it would be... Because they're already, like... Most of the teams, I believe, actually have to be in DTS. Like, I know that Liberty Media, when Netflix came up with the idea and was like, hey, let's do it, Liberty Media, like, all of the people said no. Like, all the teams were like, no, we don't want to do that. But then Liberty Media was like, the marketing, though, more money. And then they said yes. So unless they make this profitable in some way, I think teams are not going to say yes to doing this every single year, personally.
That, and then on top of that, a lot of the times, these teams have their own individual presentations that they're doing for their liveries. Like, so the teams themselves are already preparing their own individual, like, reveal, and then on top of that, had to have an entire other team work on their F175 reveal. And I just don't think that teams would agree to do that again.
I don't,
And I don't think I don't think F1 or Liberty Media even really wants to do this again, because it, like, wasn't anywhere near as entertaining as people wanted. No.
One, it didn't sell very well. Two, they, like, got, like, very last minute people to perform, and they gave a lot of the tickets away to sponsors, and it was like, and it wasn't great. Like, it wasn't received
That's
great
the other
by,
thing. People
like, fans.
complaining about, like, not being able to get tickets. Like, when an F171 was announced, I already anticipated the fact that there would be maybe, like, the very top section of the O2 for fans only. People forget that events like this are never for the public. They're marketed as being for the public, but those people in the front rows, those are higher ups at MasterCard. They're higher ups at HP. That's them, the higher ups, and then their families. And then sometimes even their friends. Like, those are the people filling those seats. And it's unfortunate to think of as a fan of something, but quite frankly, do you even want to be there? Because I personally wouldn't. Like, unless it was because I was there for work, like, I wouldn't care to watch a video, maybe see a performance, and then see a car in a race suit.
Yeah, and it was very brief, like, when I was watching it. I know you didn't get a chance to watch, but, like, literally, it was, like, probably a minute of time each that each team got to, like, actually, the guy interviewed the drivers. It was, like, 1 minute of talking. Or they didn't get any at all. Like, Red Bull didn't get any time.
I'll be honest, I don't think Red Bull got time because I don't think Red Bull wanted it. Like, that's something Red Bull would do, is to turn around and be like, no, don't interview us, we're doing our thing. But it literally,
it was like 1 minute. It was like 1 minute of like, oh, are you excited for the season? Yep. How do you like the car? It's cool. And then it was like, done.
Exactly.
Okay, next.
Like, everyone.
Like, it was not, it was,
fans, sponsors, like, everyone would much rather an intimate setting. Like, that's half of the reason that, a lot of the time, like, paddock passes, like, specifically for, like, specific teams exist, because those, for those of you who don't know, for those of you new, or just don't understand what works, when you're in their hospitality, like, those few days, like, those drivers are on stage talking. Like, just one, whoever's in the room.
Intimate.
Like, it's a very intimate setting.
It's like,
And like I said, it's a sport by rich people for rich people, and another thing rich people love are intimate settings.
It's not to say that, like, this idea could happen more than one. Like, it would be cool. Like, to have, say, like, McLaren have the O2 Arena for all their fans and their title. Like, that'd be cool. But I think with however many fucking teams we have now, with Cadillac just being announced.
Oh, yeah.
I think this idea is never going to happen again. I really don't.
No, and it's not really anything to be...
very slim chance.
It's not anything to be dramatic over. Testing happened. No. We don't know what happened there. We're going to be very honest.
We're just doing our best.
Don't understand. I don't understand why they put slime on the car. I don't understand why they're putting... I was also working. I don't understand why they're putting slime on the car. It looked like slime.
High flow paint.
Yeah, I know. I know what it was. It looked like slime. It looked like they went to the Nickelodeon
It's a mix
Kids'
of,
Choice
like,
Awards,
oil and something else.
It looks like they went to the Kids' Choice Awards and they got slimed. Like, that's what it looked like.
It literally was. Yeah. That's what Steak's car looks like, too.
I love it, though, because they do it classy. It's not just like on there. I don't want to talk about this one.
I don't either. I mean, I really don't want to talk about being a woman in this sport at the moment. Not first episode. I feel like that's
Fair.
Second episode.
Second episode material. Well, second episode, that depends on how Australia goes.
Yeah.
But what we can talk about, actually, that we didn't even touch on a little bit. Welcome back to the sport. It's this week.
Oh, yeah,
Australia is this week.
Yeah.
Like, Australia's...
Okay, wait. Yeah, no, it is. It's actually technically on Thursday, Friday, Saturday for me.
Well, yeah, same, but...
Because we're in America.
Yeah. Actually, mine technically still falls Friday, Saturday, which is annoying.
Mine doesn't.
I'm so sorry.
West Coast. Mine's Saturday night, and I will be watching because I have 2 bets on that race. I need my parlay to hit. I made another one last night, guys.
Why would you do that?
Because I need to...
You know who else you have a bet on, Maddie? Ollie Behrman. In a hoss.
Listen, guys. Listen. I need my parlay to hit. And these are my bets so far this season. Are you guys ready to hear this? Lewis Hamilton to win Australia. $10 bet.
Okay.
Oscar Piastri also to win Australia. Another $10 bet.
Wow.
Ollie Behrman to win Las Vegas.
That one's crazy.
$20 bet. I doubled down. And I need him to hit that shit. Only reason I'm betting on races, guys, is because I bet on Daytona.
Yeah.
I think it was Daytona. Yeah, Daytona. And I won. So.
Look at you go.
That's what it is. It is what it is, guys. But Australia. I hope Hattie Piastri is not haunted.
Oh my god, she's
any
already
longer.
haunted.
I wish her...
That poor girl.
I wish her
I'm obsessed
so much,
with her.
The burger
one really sent me.
Okay.
I was crying.
Someone in the comments said I would have bought that burger and threw it at his head. And I'm like, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I love I'm just trying to get home from uni.
Thing.
Like, that's beautiful.
Dude, I'm just trying to get home, bruh. And
my brother is everywhere. Who do you...
And also her boyfriend being Orlando stan.
Amazing. The fact that both her and her boyfriend and her and her brother are dating English people, beautiful in and of itself. Who do you want? Like, what's your prediction? Let's give our predictions
for the 2025 season.
Oh, we have to talk about our bingo cards.
Are we doing our... This literally our bingo cards. That is our predictions, kind of.
Yeah,
okay.
I guess so.
Bingo cards, guys. You know so we made bingo
cards. First top 3. Give me your top 3 for Australia.
For Australia, like actually, like being honest. Honest.
Yeah.
Okay. Unbiased opinion.
Sure.
Because, listen, okay. My Charles fans will understand this. Charles does this thing, right, where you kind of have to, like, read between the lines of his Instagram captions. Mm-hmm. And while we did have some optimism there, he said, "See you in 1 month, Bahrain." Which, whether that means he thinks the car is going to be better after upgrades, or if he's just saying because he was in Bahrain, we will never know.
I think Charles fans give him a little too much credit.
I think... Well, that's true. I think... Okay, I'm going to come out and say it. I think we're going to have an Oscar win. We're going to have a Max podium. And I think Lewis is going to be up there as well.
Okay. I like it.
What are yours?
I also think we're going to have an Oscar win. I think this is just us, like, hoping and dreaming for a home race win. And we unfortunately know that Jack Doohan can't do it in an Alpine. Not that Jack Doohan can't do it. Jack Doohan can't do it in an Alpine.
No. Yeah.
Also a Max podium, which I think is just to be expected.
So Yeah, but he did come out and say, I got the ESPN notification yesterday, I think it was, that Max was saying the car is not ready for Australia.
That's true. So maybe not.
But then again, Max loves to say those things and then somehow make
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, the car with Max Verstappen, unfortunately, the car means nothing. Like, that man could be in a literal tractor and he is still in the top 3. And I'm not talking.
I love that.
I'm not talking like using tractor metaphorically. I mean an actual farm tractor on that track. He could still be in the top 3.
I'm hoping. I will say I'm hoping for sometime this season. I really want to see an Albon podium. I think it would be great.
I
think
to see
it
personally.
And I would love to see a Ferrari WDC. Mm-hmm. Don't care which driver. I think Charles is due. And I also think Lewis is due.
I will say, I do think Charles is due. This is how I keep her around, though, guys. In case you're wondering how, as a Max fan, I keep her around. It's because I also want the Charles Driver Championship so bad.
I want it so bad.
Like, in my head, he's Lightning McQueen. Like...
And I would also love to see... I want someone to surprise me.
I do.
I want, like... I
Well, I was gonna say...
Maybe a rookie.
My third, I'm going to go out on a limb. Third? I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say Antonelli is gonna end up on that podium somehow.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I would also like everyone to know through the entire COTA weekend, I just kept going, man, I hope we have a safety car. And then we got 3. 2 or 3. So I'm heavy into witchcraft. I'm very dark energy.
Very dark energy. Kimi Antonelli. Sometimes I kind of forget that he's there. I think it still hasn't clicked in my mind. That he is with George.
Yes.
In Mercedes.
Yeah. I do. I'm anticipating. Let me rephrase it. The third person on the podium, second or third, mm-hmm. I think will be a Mercedes. I don't know. I'm hoping it'll be Antonelli. Nothing against George Russell. I just want the joy of that young rookie boy to have the first race be some form of win for him. Nice. Like.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice. I know that we're forecasted for rain that weekend.
That's true.
So
that'll be interesting.
We got how many rookies on the grid?
I'm so excited. I love rain. Unless it's bad, then we should cancel race.
We'll see.
Well, you know what?
Maybe we should cancel. Hey, FIA, if the rain's horrible enough, maybe we should just call the race off.
Maybe. But, you know what? You know who has driven in the rain and is a quote-unquote rookie?
Ollie Bierman.
And the Haas.
Ollie Bierman.
I love the Haas.
My boy, my sweet boy. Okay.
But
well, ladies and gentlemen,
all we've got. We'll see you after Australia. Ladies mostly. Ladies. Most gentlemen, I guess, can be here too, but ladies mostly.
Yeah.
I love making a safe space for women.
Bye, guys.
But we'll see you after Australia.
Bye.
Bye.